Difficult one to watch the Scar come back into the rotation. You're going to have it twice as well, so maybe an opportunity, a crack in the armor.
Only 93% of the fans chose GentleMates against our challenger coming from the pit, and I feel like it could be 99-1 here in the venue. It is roaring for the Gentle Suits. Let's talk a little bit about their star players, though. If you are looking to put up the most numbers, some fantasy points today, who are you signing to your roster first?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Joe Thieves. I think, in this spot, time to qualify for the bracket. There's a reason you go out and get somebody like him, and it's to dominate these types of matches. I think he goes berserk in this year.
Andrew, which one of your GentleMates is going to shine the brightest?
I want it to be safe. I feel like he's got a player who's got a lot to say in this tournament. Again, slow start coming out the gates. Much better here today.
Ladies and gentlemen, turn down your volume and hear the GentleMates roar. It's wild.
That doesn't win you games. You still need to prove. You still need to win parce que oui, vous êtes le 5e joueur sur le serveur, mais ils vont devoir encore prouver ici qu'ils méritent leur place en playoff.
Yeah, I see GentleMates jerseys everywhere, but their opponents are here for a dogfight.
And yes, you used to be chanting their names, les fans GentleMates, vous criez son nom il y a quelques années, but this time he's against them in the pit. No CDL contract, no big name sponsor, just a roster that fought through the last chance qualifier last week and got their chance to make it here to playoffs in Paris. It's a beautiful storyline as Linz used to play under the GentleMates color at the start of the organization.
Let's get loud. Bienvenue. Please welcome GentleMates! They took a beating yesterday, no excuses, no hiding from it. But tournaments aren't defined by the punch you take. They're defined by the response. And with elimination staring them in the face, Paris and this roaring crowd is waiting for one.
A team that has everything to lose versus a team that is lucky to be here. Who's gonna take it?
Paris, 3, 2, 3!
Yeah, heavy favorites here as the GentleMates crowd has come out and supported the squad, trying to get into the playoff bracket. But the pit in the playoff bracket, or will it be the Cinderella of the pit? Scar Hardpoint, map number 1. Let's get it on.
It's going to be the GentleMates spawning over towards the preferred side to start this game by choosing Team B in the vetoes. And this is exactly who you want to be on board with, but Civ just puts down too many shots, not able to finish his food, but regardless, Joe Thieves finds 2 GentleMates have mid.
Yeah, but you do have the pit still spawning over towards blue. Estreal trying to work on that. Nice snap over, able to find Lucifer, formerly known as Harry. Kind of goes back and forth between both names, and all 4 will fall on the next wave of respawns. The pit now spawning in the worst possible position, and Zip is already locking him down.
Okay, this is another amateur team so far making little mistakes. We got to be able to take our time. I know on the main stage sometimes the lights can be extremely bright, but you understand here at the P1 the game is just getting started. First hardpoint doesn't go your way, but at least they're doing the little things to think about the next hardpoint. F out of Lynch trying to work their way around white wall, but they instantly fall. But regardless, they still have the spawns on that side.
Yeah, we're just not winning gunfights. That's the big problem right now if you're the pit. 4 in a row. Bounce off the convoy, but it's going to be Mythics and Lucifer who find the first 2 kills. Nades will also land on the hardpoint while the pit getting for some time. Now it's just about fighting up against the close spawns here for GentleMates.
Yeah, you have them trapped over towards the screen. Ideal of what you want at this early P2 with no trophy systems in play, but you can already see the mates are starting to work on these routes. Joe gonna have that extra M15 to keep these gunfights a little bit more preferred in his favor. Finds kill number 5 to the tally, but that's gonna be 3, make it all 4 dead. Linz destroys him, and now it's still scattered around this time.
Yeah, but look at the play. You've got spawn chaos starting to come through. Ghosty.
The play out of Linz.
Eventually will fall. Sib will drop to, like you mentioned, Linz making the play around the back. 13 seconds left on the hard point. The Pit have done a really nice job here throughout. A lot of chaos being ensued by GentleMates to get the time back and put this to about an even game as we rotate to do it. Look who's here first.
Yeah, we have an opportunity to increase our rotation win percentage from 26 to maybe a little bit more because you desperately need it here at this P3, but we're just not winning the fights off the rotation. That's a clean 3 for the mates. So if you are the pit coming off the respawn, everyone's got a stun and a nade, throw it over the top.
Yeah, but look at this setup right now from the GentleMates. Lots of trouble starting to brew with this setup. Let's see how the pit handle it as we go to a fly saw to get check-in with the pit.
I'm playing. One shot AC.
They're playing together, they're playing.
I'm He's still playing.
Playing a P1.
Midweek.
Training of time. Okay.
Shot, okay, one shot, boys.
Still a guy trailer, it's Estreal's out there. Estreal's out trailer somewhere.
I'm one shot low green. One shot green. Trophy.
Last two pin, one off squad.
Plane.
Nice, one time. Big.
One shot time, Joe.
Time in both. Top lane.
One shot. Yeah, I'm dead. He's gonna pay me.
Nice, top lane.
One was really weak, really weak.
Estreal.
Pick up fight. One shot boat. So weak boat, line down. Let's side boat.
Mid.
Big shot.
He's done some boat.
Nice.
One speed 2, he's back to set him.
He went top lane. Two top lane.
Not repitched.
One's back. Nice.
That's for me.
Nice. One's got P2 already. That's got P2. Shit.
Nice moment here for Mythics, and Lynn's going to flip the spawns, flip the hardpoint. GentleMates now on the back foot as we switch to a Saudi check-in with the GentleMates.
Mythics, watch out, post, and then one time. He went right side, nice.
They're gonna already be there. He's already front side time. 200
time.
In the back, one shot. Back right time. Back right one shot. With you. Back right time. That's one shot. Nice. Two more. We should. Block me too. Front hit twice. So 4 piece. 3-4. Joe, look your back door.
Back door me. One shot. See there.
I'm edges. Staying ticket.
Reset.
Staying ticket. You have middle, right? Yeah. I'm kind of. What? Really weak. One shot on the left. Well, you can tell me. The left. In the back.
Trying to make it.
We spawn at one side. In the back. I'm in the hook. I'm going to flank again. Fine, playing. Hard time to make it. Nothing out. Make out weak Lucifer. I know twice. I'll see you make that. He's on P3. P3. One guy's still playing, by the way.
I mean, hey, considering the start and the fact that Harry still hasn't really loaded into the lobby, this has not been terrible at all from the pit. They're making the right reads. It just comes down to they need to start winning the gunfights.
Yeah, but without a doubt, you get full 60 at P3, you make up for it at the P4, and you're thinking if you're the GentleMates, all right, cut your losses. Joe just found 3 at old. We should be free, crystal clear off the rotation to P5, but no, the pit are making this extremely scrappy. So even though it's a slow start, you're still right in the mix.
Well, here we go. Last couple of seconds going to go the way of the pit as we rotate into our second set of hills. Lynn's over the top, not a good gunfight for him with the MPC rather. F-Dot backside red stairs, going to get overwhelmed. Too many guns looking at him, and the same can be said for Lucifer. So good zoning of space here for GentleMates across the middle of the map.
Yeah, and this is where we got to work on these routes. GentleMates with a clean 4 dead, know exactly where the pressure is going to be coming from. So I love that route there from Lynn to take it up top through the motel, find the opening kill, and force the GentleMates to turn the head just a little bit. But Ghosty is still locking down his lane. He finds a double. You're still in control of the white wall, and GentleMates keep on running up the score.
Yeah, this has been a really solid adjustment from the GentleMates, able to lock down not just time, but also space. Nice nade, able to assist Lynn's over the top. Ghosty also will drop huge from Lynn's. Really trying to keep the pace up for the pit, trying to make their way around the move, and also play through the hard point. Things working on both fronts right now.
What a read!
Able to get the read onto Joe to Seize. That's going to lead to over 100 points to the pit, and they've got a rotation cut off by Lucifer.
And you have the GentleMates trapped over towards green, so Lucifer, how much can you at least stall them to allow your teammates to put themselves in a position off the rotation? He gets absolutely nothing out of that. F-Dot is able to strike for 2. Lynn's can't get the kill onto Ghosty, so it's still a battle for this rotation, but it seems that the GentleMates are going to have the early numbers.
Well, trophy system will deny a lot of this. I think F-Dot's combining over the top. Here comes that route from Joe to Steve. Throw it back. No one's going to get here to read this in time. Lynn's is kind of caught up creek without a paddle, and Joe turns to find one more off spawn. So huge break there for the GentleMates, but the pit's still spawning blue.
Yeah, now the mates with trophies can potentially lock this down for at least a good chunk of time. 35 seconds, you're now gonna put a lot into the hands of Mythics, who's working on this pinch route, but he's able to find a double. So now you have the numbers advantage. He is gonna fall, but he puts a lot of damage onto Sim, and that allows Lynn's to fly in and get the break.
Really, really nicely done. Follow-up gonna be here from F-Dot below. Lucifer up top. Still having a tough time getting things going. Just has not found a good gunfight in a while, but F-Dot still holding down the hard point here for the pit, keeping
nice
it
shots.
Close. Lucifer now able to get things locked in. 2 for him. Maybe there's a little bit of a spark there for Harry.
And only a 20-point difference with a guy sitting at double day. Battle for the rotations, though. This was the hard point that caused the pit so many issues. An early whip trophy system to make this even more difficult of a break.
Ghosty over the middle of the map, shut down. Lynn's really providing the effort needed. Joe saves off the top rope, able to find two. Hardpoint neutral for now. Gonna get a 4v4 over the top of the field, but there are no trophies. That's the problem for the pit, so GentleMates going to trust their utility. Estreal was to find the opener, but Lynn's off the pinch, able to find two. No one was watching that. Lucifer's going to follow further than others, so now Joe's by himself. He's got nothing. All four will fall the pits in.
Man, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. It's only a 10-point deficit now for the pit, and you have them in the best ideal trap that you want to have at the P3. Only 20 seconds left. The pit are going to be able to take the lead, and the GentleMates just need to work the hell out of their base.
They're having a little bit of a tougher time to do that right now, as F-Dot's going to try to hold them back a little bit longer. Mythic's also weighing a little bit forward up top the hill, but Joe comes away with two. That opens up a lot of space to work around the outside of this route. F-Dot up top has to be responsible for this and is able to at least push Joe off the angle. Mythic's trying to find his perfect timing, finds his moment, and capitalizes. Harry will get credit for both kills, but Mythic's is right there, and it's going to be the pit on rotation to new.
So far improving that stat that we saw before the map started. Thinking about the fundamentals, outclassing one of the top teams that we have in the game. But it's overwhelming amount of pressure from the GentleMates over through the motel side. They're able to flip these spawns, flood their floodgates through with the NPCs, and that's an easy break.
Now Lynn's trying to wait, try to move around the back as soon as his teammates can try to find some way to coordinate this from the front. Lucifer's going to pull out an extra SMG. Nice shots from Joe to seize. Back into the hard point to take down two pistol out, but overwhelmed. Too many numbers. The pit find a flip again. 20 seconds to fight for. Sib trying to keep the effort alive for the GentleMates, but that window may have been shut. One more chance here for the GentleMates to try to win this scrap time. Lucifer's able to find one from the front, and that'll be enough for the GentleMates to give it up.
And if you are the mates, you want to continue to pressure this, knowing that you already have 3 players off the rotation. So Estreal, hopefully you don't get any bad timing, but you turn your back at the wrong time. Thankfully, it's when the old hill is about to end, so you still should be able to spawn behind green, but there's already going to be pressure in your face.
Yeah, Lucifer needs to pull the attention to the front. He's able to find Joe Deceives on the plane. Hey, that is a critical position to possibly be able to hold on to, but Sid finds two from top green window. One more to tally. It's F-Dot around the back. Spawns will move. Can you win the gunfight from inside the hard point? No, you cannot. Not initially, at least. Ghosty's able to get one. Joe Deceives trying to follow up the pinch from Mythic's off the off spawn is going to be here. A mad dash to see who can get to the hard point first. Ghosty still on 4 in a row. Lots of damage is in, but there will be too many pit players spawning up to deal with.
And hopefully if you're coming off the respawn for the pit, let's get a trophy system down, because you know the GentleMates are getting traded out. So they're going to have refresh stuns and nades just rain over the top, but so far managing extremely well. That is 3, making all 4 dead, and spawn starting to flip. Not what you want if you're the GentleMates.
Absolute stunned faces across.
Oh my goodness!
Mythic's is continuing to let it loose.
That's 4 dead again.
Absolutely. Space now gained for the pit to grow their first major lead in this game. Lynn still playing the old time. Not able to at least get shrugged off from the stun, but still comes away with one. And look at F-Dot's position. Still holding deep, and Ghost is going to call in the Hellstorm to bail him out.
He just has to. He has to allow his SMGs or his AR players to just take these routes to put the pit in an uncomfortable position. But F-Dot is going to say, screw that. I'm going to take the space. He finds the one-on-one there versus Sib. Ghost is just going to get out of the Hellstorm and get a freebie, but it's still the pit in the time.
Yeah, that doesn't really move the map around as much as you would like if you're GentleMates, but now the collapse starts to come on through. Mythic's through mid-cut, able to find one, still alive and kicking, eventually traded out. Spawns will move. The pit spawning in the unpreferred position up top towards P5, and that's the opportunity for the GentleMates to collapse.
You can no longer win it here if you are the pit, to start thinking about the big time play. Double pressure around the backside of White Wall. Sib has to try to lock this one down, but Mythic's the flex player is able to line up a double. Now there's pressure at White Wall. Ghosty knows he's going to be surrounded, and spawns are already flipping.
Okay, opportunity here for the pit to close things out. GentleMates have a couple of players on rotation, but they need to win these gunfights. Joe kicks it off with the first on to F-Dot. Mythic still keeping able to find both. Linz is a little bit caught here. Finds timing for one, steps up but can't quite take the second, and in that moment, GentleMates will spawn back over towards blue and hold the hill.
Yeah, that's a big double there from Sib. Gonna give you the advantage for quite some time. Slowly but surely climbing your way back into this game. We cannot afford to be the first F to go down in this engagement. You got routes being hit from Lucifer, but a nade over the top for F-Dot.
You cannot lose your composure here if you're the pit.
That's 4.
Lenz is able to make the veteran play for 4 dead. 235, 219. Ghost is able to kick things off on this re-break attempt. You still have to play through this if you're the GentleMates. Lucifer's able to find one. Snaps up, not able to find the second. F-Dot keeps the flank safe. You got to find a way in if you're the GentleMates. Here comes the double slide, but Mythic's is able to take care of both. Lenz trying trying to find the final nail in the coffin, and he will have it. The pit. Stunned. Play a post plant from Secret.
Oh yeah, they're instantly going to be the aggressors. They're trying to set the tone early into this map, but it's none other than Joe to start off the fights. But you leave out Secret thinking that it's going to be a 2v2, but a great nade out of Sib leaves it all up to F-Dot.
Yeah, just you cannot wait for those gunfights to develop in the first 3 rounds with nade still waiting. F-Dot trying to make his move up through office. Maybe able to catch one. No, not quite. Eyes were up. GentleMates able to get the first blood and the round.
Yeah, it's usually what GentleMates love to do when they start off Hacienda sitting at 0-0. There's no trophies.
Or first attack, I should say, not next. Something similar, but it's all through Fountain here. Nade stuns coming through. Mythic's going to have Linz right there for support. You don't anticipate it being there, but you still snap to find the kill. Sibyl turned into another one, and that's going to be an opportunity for the bomb to flip to B.
And Joe's not going to waste any time. Clears out the backside of the staircase, going to get this bomb planted. But Ghosty is going to get caught. So now it's a 2v2. You can potentially isolate onto Joe, but everyone's scattered around the map.
That's the issue right now, and Sib is going to find incredible timing to tally up on the Mythics. So Lucifer for the 1v2. Sees the first shots were not locked, and now he's got nowhere to go. Playing a 2-2 stack, and will quickly rotate to likely have to play retake.
Yeah, this is just one of their go-to strats. Shut down the B bomb plant.
Why are we planning there?
And just try to get it down at A because no one showed face, but GentleMates sent 2 players back on the rotation, so early numbers.
But we had no pressure at office at all. I just don't know why Linz is trying to plant that on the outside towards fences. That's just way too simple. I mean, if you get the quick plant, do it safely through back well side, but I don't know, that was a mistake. I don't really understand what that was supposed to be.
Yeah, he just was expecting when you turn that corner out of fence for potentially an A.
Map will flip 2v2.
50 seconds left to go. And the GentleMates have killed the noise. Pit have yet to also budge on their setup. They're allowing time to be their best friend.
I'm now making its wrap up towards office. Both players sticking together here for Joe and Estreal. And now they may meet over towards the B site. Who gets the heady first? Oh, the Pit give up on the bomb site just as Joe makes his way in for the plant. So now you got to come back over to it. This becomes extra difficult, and they're going to try to clear through office first and then wrap behind it.
Yeah, the thing that'll make this easy if you have a stunner or nade to potentially clear out or gain some information around this rock. But it's already been 15 seconds gone, and the mates are on the move.
Yeah, they're wrapping the wrap. No one's seen each other yet, though, which is possibly an issue, but Linz will fall. Now Joe has the intel, trying to win it all himself. He'll just wait for help. No worries there. Linz bomb carrier now here for the Pit. Going over for a hallway hit. Sib says, you guys want to play with snipers? We'll play with snipers. And that's why able to hit F-Dot. So 4v3 early. Estreal, the only defender actually responsible for being in a little bit of trouble here with an SMG. Just going to try to hit the deck and wait for help, which she's got plenty of it.
Yeah.
Mythics will fall. And then Estreal pops back up off the regen. It's perfect.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier than this. Now Lucifer left in a
Lots of space at A, but the bomb is not here as of yet. So Estreal on 5. Will try to take more space through Wine. Ooh. And he very well may catch perfect timing here. Finds the first cleanly. Has help on the outer fences. Comes back, little snap spin around, but no. Not going to fully come through. Ghosty left for the 1v3. Tags over towards the steps and through the fence. Able to find one. He'll get some separation here, although Linz will give him a workout.
He's able to reset the play. That bomb being down in that position is only going to make this even more difficult. He only has 35 seconds left to go. Lucifer and Linz aren't going to be separated on the map, so you have to win 2 gunfights.
Yep. Time also ticking against him. And he's going to opt to play away from the bomb, and he runs right into the waiting arms of the Pit, who are on the board.
Okay, they get the first blood, but this time they don't immediately throw away their number situation.
Sib sniping this time? Hard to say. Linz is already taking a bullet damage. Joe just clearing out that inner hallway. And F-Dot, just getting wall banged through fences. Linz able to get one back, though. That'll give you some space to work with here at Secret Hall. But in a 3v3, this round needs to redevelop.
And the only info that they have gathered so far is that Sib is still contesting at the top window. Does not have a sniper. He's just gaining so much info. And look at what that's allowing now Ghosty to do. Get super aggressive up to A. They have to be going B.
Yep, and he can just sit here and watch for this cross, which there will be some intel right now. How many does he see? 1, 2. Oh my gosh, clean shots from Sib. Gonna get chowed out. Lynn's able to find the trade. 2v2. Nade from Estreal cooked up. No one home.
You're just seeing on the mini-map, though, the GentleMates are just waiting for them to make the play. Ghosty's able to find Lynn's 1v2 all of them.
And he's able to get the grab. Not quite able to get through the threshold, though, and the GentleMates will hold defensively, but what an opening look this is from the pit.
Oh, and Lynn's the last player alive that could potentially stop this EMP from taking so much space through the middle of the map. But now you're feeling the pressure if you are the pit. Everyone trying to lock down their lanes, but EMP was showing face going over towards B. Now the rotation over towards A. You're not going to have the reinforcements beside one guy, and that's going to be the mates getting the first score.
Yeah, it's so tricky. He's absolutely
finesse in this position. Already finds one onto Sip, and now GentleMates have the indication we have to clear out our spawn. So he's quickly going to be traded, and that's a gunfight you desperately want to have back if you are Lucifer, but Joe deceives, he shoots like that.
Yeah. First couple of shots in with an AR at that range, yeah, you're thinking, I got this all day. Not against Joe Deceives. 3 for 1, the exchange here. Lynn's still playing a little bit of defense over the EMP, but as he drops, now Joe can make his move. Spawns for the pit are not where you want them to be, all the way down towards Motel. Estreal watching.
Red.
Yep, 60 seconds to go here in the bottom of the first, and you've got an opportunity now starting to really create itself through red. Good response, though, from the ARs of the pit. Ghosty, tons of damage. Wants to finish the kill, but gets kind of caught in split decision mode. How about that? Lucifer able to find one response on the backside through mid, so there's an opportunity here maybe for the pit to start to stretch across the map, but as they try it, Sib shuts it down and we reset again.
Yeah, Sib finds 2, Estreal finds the 3rd, and now it's Lucifer getting stunned and naded to smithereens. He also falls. 30 seconds left on the half. You want to try to get a score, but there's no way you're going to be able to read this route from Joe. Locates kill number 2. A little bit of assistance there from Estreal, but Lynn's popping that double. Might be good enough to get the stop.
All but Sib. Last one standing. Tries to grab and score, but cannot avoid F-Dot. 12 seconds until the half. Possibility to extend the time here if you're the pit. Nice movement out of Estreal. In and out of the windows. Now Lynn's kind of has to keep his head in the F-Dot tag down to low HP. The play forward. Get to wait for help. Okay, never mind.
It's going to be difficult regardless to get that final score, but what a half there from the GentleMates. Keep the EMP safe,
yeah,
Joe.
You sure do. And Joe Deceives will do just that. 18 and 13 clean shots as always. Estreal mid-map. Shut down. Lynn's able to keep the NPC into position, but now an opportunity starts to develop here for GentleMates. They've got all 4 players up. They're finding kills, including the 1 defender backside A. Joe on 5 in a row. Now pushing up and over, trying to just be a distraction while you get the EMP forward. Ghosty takes down a teammate, plus 1 more, and that'll be enough for him to slide across and get the 3rd score.
Score number 3
on the backside of B. It looks like Sib says, I'll take it. See if I can get myself a score. Joe's on 6 in a row. This is just to see how high can the killing streak go. The pistol will get him to 8. Plus the score will put this one out of question. There's the Hail Mary. Throw in the Hellstorm too. Why not?
I told you, if you couldn't handle this guy, you were probably not going to have fun. They almost spent a minute of just leaving the EMP down and playing spawn traps. If you are the pit, that is extremely demoralizing because the score is going to be perfect. The GentleMates after map number 1 have basically been playing perfect Call of Duty. This is what you want to see.
Absolutely the case. So the small banana peel in map number 1, but everything till that point, or from that point rather I should say, has been nothing but GentleMates. A flawless search, except for 1 round. And now an actual flawless overload to come through. GentleMates are going to be up in the series 2 maps to 1 versus our 16 seed in the pit.
Best out of all the amateur squads, but it's potentially the last map for them.
All right, let's take a look, see what we get. Sib kicks us off with first blood, and Joe has already made his way around the pit. Literally, both on the map and as a squad. That is a little too simple, and Lucifer will fall. Map has already flipped its set out.
Yep, and this is what happened to the GentleMates at the last tournament versus the Falcons. It's like everyone has taken this break off when you're spawning not on the preferred side. Just flood your way through the HP, and if they're not going to contest it, you're instantly going to be able to flip those spawns. So already not the position you want to be in if you are the pit, but they have 3 kills in response.
Ghosty trying to hold his life. Able to find 2. They line up on him, but the pressure already through the 50-yard line allows an opportunity here for the pit to flip the spawns back, although they're not going to fully know that. A little bit of a weird moment right here. Good nade from Lucifer gets him on to 4 in a row. And that little bit of extra info out of Mythics will confirm that, yep, GentleMates did not spawn behind us. We should be good for our P2 setup.
So already beating them in the fundamental aspect of the game. Even though Mythics does fall to the hands of Joe, the amount of info he was able to gain, they're so far away, guys. I should be able to come off the respawn and still be able to lock this one down. Man. But there is going to be one player who spawns all the way across the map. Thankfully, you got a Lucifer and a Mythics with those M15. They shut down the first wave.
And FDOT just finds himself in the perfect position to stop the hit from the front. Now just making a mess of the setup from the backside of Elevator. Really nicely done there. And GentleMates may have to just chalk and rotate here.
Yeah, you don't want to be put in a bad scenario. If we lose these gunfights in this final 20 seconds and they step up their pressure, we're going to spawn behind bricks. It's seeming like they're just willing to trap them on this side of the map, but Mythics is still working his way up. Joe is able to find the trade, so you're still going to keep the pit spawning on the backside of that old time. But in the final 5 seconds, GentleMates desperately need this response at P3.
Yeah, really good exit kills right there by GentleMates. And Joe Thieves will make sure the free time to go into the hands of the GentleMates, and Estreal's double up top means that there's no route down low, no route up top. Everything is completely covered.
And this is where, if you are the pit, take your time. Set up a team push. Start to work on some of these routes to potentially spawn these guys all the way across the map. But you keep on going one-on-one, and the GentleMates are going to make you pay for it. Lucifer is able to find one, though. Regardless, GentleMates are still in a full force.
Yeah, trophy system gets down as Sib and the rest of the GentleMates are trying to receive this last hit, and it's received extremely well. All four will fall 20 seconds. Time to focus on rotation. We'll do a check-in with the GentleMates.
When you guys can go on maybe. One sec, where? Art. He's not on. He's stuck in Art. Jump down. What's up? I'm pitching right now. Nice, Dojo. Nice, let's go. They swamp you. First time live Dojo. Mythics and Lucifer. I got time. I'm playing live Dojo. There's one in Dojo. One or two teams. I got time, Nate. Yeah, there's one. P5 long to mid. I'm on the right. Let me know if you need help digging. One shot, P1 going right. Absolute lobby, push up lobby. Lobby done. Back Dojo. Ticket. Back ticket. They spawn out these. They're gonna be front. They're double needing. Two front. I have the cross. Just look our one shot. Two of them one shot. Nice. Missing Loser. Nice guy. Loser on the rock. Last guy. Average top. There's one in deep left. Again, blocking up. We're good. Throwing an aid. Making them chow. They might play through the zone. Watch out. They might 20 on this. One shot Luther. We can on the aid. Weak as fuck. The double. Lens was here. Lens weak. Nice.
All right, cooking now, GentleMates. 2 hard points strung back to back. That's good news, and they get the win on rotation over to P5.
Yeah, it couldn't have gone any better than that. It's a full 60 at the P3, basically followed up by 55 seconds at the P4. Now you're up by 50 with the rotations over towards P5. If you are the pit, you desperately need to be able to stop the bleeding. And it's going to be Mythics and Lens, at least to the front, in the time for now.
Yep, you got to play with, I won't say caution here, but you need to just make sure everyone is on the same page if you're the pit. Cannot have players running out and just dying and finding yourself in 2v4 situations. Ghosty kicks us off at the first. Mythics with a trade. 3v3 over the top of the hard point. Lens cannot buy a kill right now. A couple of bad lives in a row. Estreal shut down by Mythics, but Mates will still find a way to break. 23 seconds to fight.
And this is where the pit is still going to try to play through old. You don't want to forfeit this 20 seconds. And if you're going to take that risk, hopefully you're not going to spawn out behind them. Lens, everyone lighting up the kill feed when you desperately need to have it. You're going to keep the GentleMates trapped towards the backside of bricks, and it's going to allow you to get initial time off of the P1.
A big moment here for Lucifer. He will be stun checked, so GentleMates will know they didn't keep their guns up on their way through, but they're also going to play challenge this from the back of the staircase. Couple of shots come through. Good prediction on where Sib's coming from, but does not win the gunfight. Mythics now the last one standing for the pit. Able to get one. Lens quickly back to try to give him some assistance. 137 to 91 as Mythics and Lens will finally clear out the bar.
They have top mid, but they are not prepared for Sib's trophy to be that impactful. Finds a kill onto Mythics. Now it starts off the trade fight. You're going back and forth, blow for blow, but it's still a contest fest for this P1. Final 25 seconds here, and if you are the pit, this is where you have to step up that pressure. You can spawn 2 players behind you, or at least one.
Really nicely done. Lucifer also going to put the pressure through mid, but gets caught. GentleMates only had 1 player spawn out. Now they've got a natural pinch to stop the rest of this time to go to the pit. But the kill on the Sib comes through, and now GentleMates are just looking to receive this rotation out of the pit, and Joe's going to clean up a couple. Ghosty's in some trouble, though. The pit will spawn one down over towards Dojo. Ghosty off the regen, able to find one, pops a second. Mythic's in some trouble.
Play.
Play from Ghosty, killing time, allowing Joe Deceives to come and help out, and that will be a rotation win for Mates.
And this might turn out to be a free 50 seconds. Estreal creating that extra layer through the front side. Joe still seeming to be untradeable. Another 3 in sequence there for the Mates. Shuts down that first wave. Only 35 seconds remaining here at the P2, and it looks like the pit are just going to try to commit through side door.
Yeah, but they're a little bit stuck on the staircase right now. Joe finds one before dropping. Sib has his AR up, ready to go, just in case this does end up being a side door hit, but misses the shots initially on the Lynch, who just sidesteps it midair. Opportunity here to contest the back time. Joe only able to find one. A couple of players from the Mates still spawning close. As you take a look at the minimap, F-Dot is trying to guard rotation. This is exactly what you need right now if you're the pit.
No, without a doubt, this is ideal. The best possible situation you want to be in at the ending of the to do exactly what the Mates just did to them on the first set. Lock this one down.
Good from Mythics to shut down one down low. As F-Dot falls, responsibility to Lucifer. Able to find lots of good shots through that smoke. Provided by the car, not that someone threw one. Lynn's looking for contact. He's kind of responsible for the window and the back door. Mates getting their setup that they want. Lucifer just watching the long cross.
Taking
Goes
so
down
long.
low. It's able to find one. Now into the interior. Lynn's for another. Pops back up. Mythics for one. It's down to just one. Sib will fall. Pit opportunity to retake the lead.
Yeah, if you're going to take that long, I better guarantee a break, but you play the patient game and you basically give up a full 60. So the pit are going to be able to take a lead. Perfect response there at the P3HB and are already in a position to try to contest for the rotation at new.
And Lucifer aware that Ghost could be playing the bar window, but he will shut down one, plus also catch Lynn. So rotation win here for the Mates, who will quickly regain the lead. Mythic's working on long route, but he's on a bit of an island, kind of playing a solo mission right here. He just needs to be a distraction, hope his teammates can find the kills. Mythic's now making his way back up towards mid steps. He knows that he's playing Sib at the back line, but that AR is not going to miss. But from the front, you find the kills you need, and all of a sudden you got split spawn situations. Do you get a read on this?
Oh my goodness!
You do with Mythic's spawning over towards Dojo. They know Ghost is in the back, and he's going to play his life away for help from the front.
Yeah, Lynn's is here to assist them.
Well
Ghosty is going to get taken care of, so now you know the back is going to be crystal clear. 30 seconds here at the P4, and you know the pressure from the GentleMates is going to be from the front, but Estreal and Joe find the opening too.
Lynn stock stunned, still able to find one. Does he slip to safety? Yes, he does. Lands! Whoa! Able to turn it into a hellstorm, plus the trade from Lucifer. The pit, an opportunity to go over the 200-point threshold and look at the GentleMates. They're going to chalk and rotate.
They're just not going to be willing to give this up. They are fighting tooth and nail sequence. Thankfully, Lynn's earns himself that hellstorm. Call it in now.
Absolutely, you should.
Good shots.
Able to find one. Now you got to call it. Now we got to call it. Hasn't hit the trigger on it. They're going to try to do it the old-fashioned way. Shots from the window going to work out. F-Dot, who's had a slow start, could finish hot. He's able to find two. Pinch for Mythics for another long range onto Estreal. Works out. And the pit will hold the hill and the lead.
And now there's still 30 seconds here. I would love to see Lynn's just calling this hellstorm to guarantee some much-needed time to get closer and closer towards the finish line, but you keep on giving the GentleMates a chance, and they find every single kill.
I mean, what are we waiting for? You can't use it on P1. It's not going to do anything. Okay, maybe if it goes to 2, but feels like a missed opportunity. Will that come to bite him? Sib on the old time, shut down. Joe Deceives playing his life. Able to get one on the trade, not able to get the second. Numbers now for the pit as they make their way over towards Bar in a 6-point game.
Ghosty makes his positioning known, but he's still able to walk. Teammates are now going to be here. 3 for 1 in the trades. GentleMates are not having the spawns that they currently want, but they have all of them mapped.
Sib trying to push out, will be shut down. Lead swap on board. GentleMates now in the lead. Here come the pit, though, with numbers. Trying to get back into play quickly as Sib. Joe able to find one slip away. Estreal provides some cover, and Sib with an SMG right back in the mix. That's all 4 dead. Opportunity to start to rotate here. GentleMates could still just win it if they want to on P1.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. And I'm wondering if Lynn's just forgot that he has himself a hellstorm. We need the contestant towards this old time, but he's going to work on this long route. F-Dot is able to find one, but that's going to be all 4 dead. You might not even have a chance to call in the hellstorm.
What are we waiting for next season? 241 to 217. Last chance for the pit. Sib shuts down the first. Trade is there. Into the hard point they go. Ghosty for one. Estreal
still wins,
but he's still alive. And you still have players on the hard point. They get 250 on P1. Oh no, not like that.
Thank you very much, guys. Joe Deceive, the boss, is here with me on stage, and look how happy you made the GentleMates fans with that win, Joe. I wanted to ask you, how did you manage to get some sleep yesterday after that tough loss against G2 in front of your crowd? How did you manage to bounce back? Did it make you like even hungrier for today?
Yeah, I think after that loss, I mean, it's definitely very disappointing. You know, we're definitely way better than that, and still what we're showing. I feel like, I don't know, after yesterday's loss, it definitely took me a little bit, because like I said, I don't think that's a team we should be getting 3-0'd by, especially. It was definitely very disappointing for us, but I'm still very confident in our team. I think the big issue with us is, you know, we're obviously super talented, but when it comes down to it in hardpoints, I feel like we're not always on the same page, and then that's our win con for this event, in my opinion, is our winning our hardpoints. I feel like our overload S&D is pretty good, but it comes down to the hardpoint for sure.
Yeah, that's what my next question is going to be about, of course. Donc première question, est-ce que tu as réussi à dormir après cette défaite contre G2 hier devant tout public 3-0? Bah, en vrai, j'avoue que ça m'a touché un petit peu. On sait qu'on est meilleur que ça, on sait que normalement on doit jamais se prendre 3-0 par G2, et je pense que tout repose un petit peu sur nos hardpoints. On a un petit peu de mal à rentrer dedans, et je pense qu'on forcément il faut qu'on s'améliore là-dessus. Talking about the hardpoints, we were surprised to see you lose that first map, and I think the pit gave a pretty good fight, at least on those two modes. So I wanted to have your thoughts. Was it the problem of the map, the Scar on map 1? Was it you being on an SMG, playing AR while being one of the best SMG players, or was it just a warm-up game? Tell me.
I mean, it's definitely not like the gun thing. I mean, you know, Scar's a very AR-heavy map, and the whole year I've ran an AR, and for the most part, our team's always been good at Scar, whatever team I've been on. I think sometimes we kind of make the game a little hectic, and we don't really, you know, play for each other sometimes in the hardpoints, and I think that's our, like I said, you know, we're obviously really talented, but I think sometimes that kind of makes us overheat a little bit, and, you know, Chow maybe not, like, buy enough time for us, so I think, like I said, that's definitely our win con for the event.
Getting a bit overwhelmed sometimes, maybe. Yeah. Donc deuxième question, bon, justement à propos de ces hardpoints, c'est quoi le problème? Est-ce que c'est la map, Scar? Est-ce que c'est le fait que tu joues forcément une AR alors que t'es un des meilleurs joueurs de SMG? Je pense que c'est un peu tout. On se laisse un peu déborder par nos émotions. On joue pas forcément les uns pour les autres quand on est en hardpoint, mais on est hyper talentueux. Je suis confiant pour la suite. And before we get to the key crush, I have one more question, because you're going to be facing either 100 Thieves or Falcons, depending on who picks you. So in front of your crowd, is there anything you want to tell to the Seed 1 teams ahead of the draw show later on?
Wait, say that, the end part again?
Do you want to say anything to the, you know, Seed 1 teams that could be picking you later on?
Say anything to them, good luck. I mean, like I said, I'm really confident in our team, and especially with these guys out here, I mean, we should definitely go on to win this event. And we've had the practice, it just comes down to showing it, so.
And the fifth player also, of course, here in Paris. Donc ouais, on va affronter soit 100 Thieves, soit Falcon. Bah, j'ai envie de leur dire bonne chance à vous, parce qu'avec le public qu'on a ici, forcément, je ne suis pas inquiet. Joe, it's gonna be the time for the key crush. I'm very excited about it. Let's get it. I think this is not the first time for you, but how does this one feel like?
I mean, it feels good. You know, it's a win to make the playoff bracket. That's kind of the most important part. Yeah, at least we made it out. So.
I mean, it's your moment, les gars. Je vais vous demander ensemble de faire monter la sauce, puisque Joe va pouvoir exposer la clé de Pete. On y va. Joe the Thieves here in Paris advances to playoffs. That was a pretty solid one, Joe.
That kind of went out pretty good. I don't know.
That was pretty good. Let's get back onto the stage, facing your fans. Joe, you made them very happy. Very, very happy today. Advancing to playoffs. This is just massive. You have never left a trophy, an international trophy yet, either in your career or with GentleMates. Is there anything you want to say to the fans, and why is this time going to be different?
This time, I mean, we're just, I think we've had enough practice to the point where we know what to do. It just comes down to us doing it. So I'm excited for the future. I think the more reps we get, the better we'll be. And with you guys, you know, being the fifth man for us, we love you guys all. Thank you guys for everything. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming out.
Merci à vous les gars, on reste, qu'on continue d'être confiants. C'est de l'histoire de la répétition, c'est de l'histoire de practice, et on sait qu'on va le faire, mesdames et messieurs. Once again, s'il vous plaît, du bruit pour Joe!
Joe Deceives, congratulations to the GentleMates as they will break into our top 8. We'll find out who they'll be playing in that playoff bracket at our draw show at the end of the night. For Joe, though, he said he's feeling confident. They put in the practice. They're ready to take on anyone. Enigma, what do you think?